Today is October 26, 2019, and I wanted to stop in. I wanted to tell my story. Because everybody has a story, but a lot of people don't understand that you're not alone in this world with your fights. Let's bring it back to when I was younger. When I was little, I want to say 15, 16, 17, around that area. I went to England for 2 weeks with a church group. I went to England and I came home after those 2 weeks of being bullied and tormented and just having my life turned upside down even more than it's been in the past from always being bullied. But when it's family and friends, it takes a toll and you're stuck in a different country with those people for 2 weeks. No phone calls from home. You can't call them. You can't do anything. 2 weeks sitting in a country by myself with people who hated me for no reason. No reason at all. I came home and there was issues at home with my parents. Now later on that resulted in divorce. But when I got home, I didn't eat. I didn't want to eat anything. I didn't care to eat anything. I hated myself. I was tormented and ripped apart in shreds within 2 weeks, and that changed how I was, who I started to become. I didn't want to eat anything. I wasn't hungry. I wanted to starve myself. Why? Because I'd feel better about myself and the person I am. Because of the people who tried to downgrade me and hurt me and make me think things that weren't true. I was underweight. And I made myself even more underweight because people were telling me things that when I saw in the mirror, I thought they were correct. And I thought things were right. But I wasn't right. Neither were they. I didn't eat, and I had a lot of problems. Eventually, I started to eat again. And when I started to eat again, I did this thing where I would exercise. And I would exercise until it was not safe for you, until it was not healthy for you. I would exercise until I felt good, until I thought that when somebody else looked at me, they would think I looked pretty. I exercised, so when I ate, I knew I got rid of everything that I ate. I wasn't healthy, I wasn't good. My mind wasn't there, I was just a mess. Fast forward, my parents got divorced. I moved from one town to a different town with my mother, my sister, and the dog. Packed up a bunch of our stuff and we went. Family, friends, it was hard, but we got through it. I saw a bunch of therapists, people who didn't care, people who went to you and questioned you and wanted to talk about your family, nothing that had to do with you. People that when you walked into their office didn't ask how you were, but tried to open up your brain and pick out these games inside of it to see if anything else could happen before you could break down. I went to a bunch of people, and when I moved back to the old town, I found that person. But in this one town I moved to, in 2011, I went to school, high school there, half of my junior year and the rest of my senior year. In this school, I started out being so strange and so awkward because everyone there was welcoming and wonderful and nice to me. And I was so shocked because I went from a school and a place of being bullied at the bus stop and on the bus and kicked until I got to school and then running in the hallways to my classes because I was treated horribly and didn't want to be there. To a school that welcomes you with open arms and is nothing but sweet to you, doesn't judge you, and doesn't bully you while you're walking down the halls waiting for that first trip or that first smack or that first word of negativity. You don't get any of that. You get somebody walking you to your class to show you where you're going. You got somebody who is talking to you in the sweetest way possible and letting you know that they're not gonna hurt you. You know, you don't have to flinch. They're not gonna do anything. They understand where you're coming from. And they're not gonna judge you. They're not gonna do anything. And that was a blessing to go into a school and get out of such a bad place into such a wonderful place where I made so many great friends that became like family at the time. And it was the best thing possible. And I was so thankful for it. But I guess I was still a mess, and I still needed help. My senior year, April 2013, I went and wrote a note. And then I went to the one person who I trusted with my whole entire life and everything I've gone through, and handed him that note. And that note was stating that I was going to end my life and I wouldn't be there anymore. I got called down to the guidance counselor that hour. I went down and I sat there until the school day ended, talking to counselors, trying to get them to understand the pain, everything that I go through, everything I've been through, the medical illnesses I have. And they listened. They took it in. They called my mother, and my mother spoke with them. I got home that night, and my mother and my sister were sitting there, broken down, in tears, in agony, not knowing what they were supposed to do with me as I broke down with them. But I had a choice that night. I had a choice to notice my mother and my sister in tears and pain and terrified. And that snapped me out of everything I was in and made me realize that I had to be healthy. I had to get better. I had to do things. So I did. I started getting help. I started going to guidance counselors. I started doing things to help myself. And I got better. You know, I went to Brookdale. I went to college for the first year. And then we moved back to my old hometown. And things started getting better. I was working and I was finding myself. When I found myself and I learned to love myself, I was happy again. And then I met somebody. I met somebody who I told my life to, who I wanted with me through everything. So I had to spill my guts and explain to them everything about me and let them know that this is a person you'll get involved with if you choose to be with this person. Today's October 26th. In 3 weeks, this person will be with me for 3 years. He's seen me at my worst, my best, the good, the bad. He's seen me through everything. And it's such a blessing to have that type of person. just because I love myself and I'm happy with myself and everything does not mean that I didn't have a hard past, or it doesn't mean that I'm a survivor from everything I've gone through. It doesn't mean that my illness has ever gone away. My illness comes back. It comes back. Sometimes it comes back more difficult, but there's always ways around it. There's always people to talk to. There's always ways to get your mind off things. And you're not alone. A lot of people don't have anybody to talk to, and they know that. And they always say, I have nobody to talk to, nobody understands, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, nobody cares. I'm telling you right now, I care, I understand. And if you're ever going through anything that I've gone through in the past, and you need somebody to reach out to, I'm here. I am here. I will talk to you. I will respond to you. I will let you know, your importance in this world and why you deserve to be here. It's not easy. And this world has not been easy lately. There's so many people who just keep leaving this world. But that's because people don't understand. People don't try to understand. But I'm making that difference now. I'm telling my story because you're not in this alone. I'm not perfect. I've never been. But I love myself now, and I'm happy with the person that I am. And being imperfectly me has been the best thing in the world because I have these emotions and this creative mind, and I have all this thought and everything to just reach out to somebody who needs it, to help others who are like me, or who are like me, or have gone through or are going through what I've gone through in the past. I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. So if you need somebody to talk to, or if you want to just vent and have me listen, I'm here. I'll listen. I'll be your friend. I'll be beside you. Today's October 26th, 2019. And I wanted to tell you my story of my past. And I hope someday you'll see this and you'll understand that even though we're all different, a lot of us are going through the same things, or have gone through the same things, and you're not alone. There's always somebody there for you.